They say nothing grows in the Sahara, but what if that's no longer true? Zoom in on a satellite image, a sea of orange sand, but right on the edges, like a stubborn whisper of life, tiny patches of green begin to spread. This is not a mirage, it's real, and it's rewriting everything we thought we knew about the largest hot desert on Earth. The Sahara, brutal, sun-scorched, and vast beyond comprehension. Over 9 million square kilometers, larger than the entire United States. For centuries, it's been viewed as the ultimate wasteland, a place where life doesn't just struggle, it surrenders. But something strange is happening. Patches of vegetation, even full-blown forests, are taking root, not just in theory, not just in simulations, but on the ground, and from space. Why? And more importantly, will it last? Before we look forward, we have to look back, way back, because this isn't the Sahara's first act. Roughly 6,000 to 8,000 years ago, this vast expanse wasn't a desert at all. It was green, lush, alive. Scientists call it the African humid period, a time when shifting orbital patterns tilted Earth's monsoon systems toward North Africa, and when the rains came, the desert bloomed. Imagine rivers carving paths where now there's nothing but dunes. Lake Megachad, one of the largest freshwater lakes Earth has ever known, once covered an area bigger than modern Germany. Today, it's a fraction of its size, a ghost lake in a dust bowl. Ancient riverbeds, like the now-vanished Tamanrasset River, once flowed deep into the heart of the Sahara. These weren't seasonal streams, they were vast arteries of life, and the proof? It's carved in stone, literally. High on the Tassili Ager Plateau in Algeria and across the Gilf Kebir in Egypt, prehistoric rock art depicts scenes that feel almost impossible. People herding cattle, fishing, standing beneath trees. This was not a land of survival, it was a land of abundance. Fossilized pollen, seeds, and bones reveal species that now seem out of place: elephants, giraffes, crocodiles, all thriving in what we now call barren. For thousands of years, the Sahara wasn't just habitable, it was home. Until it wasn't. Around 5,000 years ago, Earth shifted again. Orbital changes slowly decreased the solar energy reaching the tropics. The powerful monsoon systems began to weaken. Year by year, the rains came later and left earlier. The rivers shrank, lakes dried. The green canopy faded to yellow, then to brown, then to nothing. It didn't happen overnight. This was a slow unraveling, a quiet apocalypse. By 3,000 years ago, most of the Sahara had become what we see today: sand, rock, wind, and silence. Entire human populations migrated, abandoning ancient lake shores and savannas. Some followed the Nile, laying the foundations for civilizations like ancient Egypt. Others moved south, east, or west, spreading agriculture and survival knowledge. But the memory of a green Sahara never fully disappeared. It lingered, buried in bones, stone, and soil. Waiting. Fast forward to the 1980s. As satellite imaging matured, scientists began observing something strange. In a region that should have been dead and dying, something was growing. The southern edge of the Sahara, especially the Sahel, a semi-arid belt bordering savannas to the south, was beginning to green. At first, many dismissed it. A statistical blip, a few lucky rainy seasons. But then came the trend: more rain, year after year. NASA and European agencies confirmed it. Parts of the Sahara were becoming greener. This wasn't just speculation. This was visible from orbit, from barren dust plains to pockets of shrubs, then grass, then trees. It wasn't widespread, it wasn't uniform, but it was real. So what's causing this? The answer is layered. 1. Climate shifts. Since the 1980s, parts of the Sahel and southern Sahara have seen a small but consistent increase in rainfall. Climate models suggest this could be part of a natural oscillation, or a side effect of global warming shifting weather systems. More rain means more vegetation, but that's only the start. 2. The CO2 fertilization effect. Higher atmospheric carbon dioxide levels supercharge plant growth. With more CO2, plants become more efficient at photosynthesis. They need less water and can grow in drier conditions. Sounds like a win, right? Not so fast. Many scientists warn that this effect has limits. Without water and healthy soil, CO2 alone won't turn sand into forest. Still, it's playing a role. 3. Human innovation. And here's where things get really interesting. In countries like Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, local farmers facing desertification and poverty began trying something radical, working with nature, not against it. One method, called Farmer-Managed Natural Regeneration, FMNR, doesn't plant new trees. Instead, it encourages the regrowth of native species from existing root systems in the soil. With simple tools and community effort, farmers are restoring degraded land, not by fighting the desert, but by nurturing what's still hidden beneath it. The results? Stunning. In Niger alone, over 200 million trees have been regrown. These aren't plantations, these are diverse native forests, bringing back soil fertility, moisture, and even local rainfall cycles. In 2007, African nations took the idea further. Enter the Great Green Wall Initiative, an ambitious plan to plant a 15-kilometer-wide belt of trees stretching over 8,000 kilometers across the entire continent. From Senegal in the west to Djibouti in the east, the goal was to stop desertification in its tracks. The progress has been mixed. Some countries have made major strides. Others have struggled with funding, coordination, and the harsh realities of planting trees where water is scarce. Critics argue it's more PR than progress. Trees die, projects stall. But the Great Green Wall isn't just about trees. It's about land restoration, food security, jobs, and hope. It's about reclaiming dignity in regions long written off by the world. And in many places, it's working. Let's pause. Does all this mean the Sahara is turning green again? Not exactly. These are localized transformations. Stunning, yes, but limited. Most of the desert remains as brutal as ever. The vast heart of the Sahara is still a place of extremes, where survival hangs by a thread. But the story isn't about turning the entire desert into rainforest. It's about what's possible. It's about remembering that the Earth, even in its harshest corners, is not a finished product. Climate, ecology, and human ingenuity are always in motion. And the Sahara, once again, is proof of that. There's one more truth we can't ignore. This greening, hopeful as it is, may not last. Climate change is a double-edged sword. While some areas might get more rain, others may get less. Drought, heat waves, and soil erosion could erase these green patches as quickly as they appeared. Overgrazing, population pressures, and land conflict already threaten fragile progress. The future of the Sahara will depend not just on rainfall or CO2, but on choices, political will, investment, community leadership. If we act with vision and patience, we could see the rebirth of ecosystems once thought lost forever. But if we falter, the green will fade. Again. The real miracle isn't that trees are growing in the Sahara. It's that people, in some of the harshest conditions on Earth, haven't given up. They're digging, planting, nurturing life from dust, and showing the rest of us what it looks like to fight for a future that many thought impossible. The Sahara isn't just a desert anymore. It's a battleground between despair and determination. And for now, green is winning.